Live from Melbourne, it's the 2014 Gary Comedy Awards with your host, Mr. Jeff Cogley. Now, would you please welcome that guy I just mentioned?
Thank you. Good evening if it is, and welcome to this year's Gary Awards. My name's Jed, and I'll be your host. You know, a lot of people say to me, Jed, just what are the Garys, and what are you doing in my shower? Well, to answer that first question, I'll turn to the free dictionary that came with Teen Scream magazine 76. The Garys are described this way: excellence in the field of not being too excellent, i.e. Gary. See Gary as in the performer took it up the Gary. Where did it hurt the most? Answer, up the Gary. To wit, whilst the performer thought everything was okay, catastrophe occurred, i.e. they bent over and once exposed, took it up the Gary. Where should I park my bike? And it goes on like that for about another 20 pages. And so this year we celebrate those performances, those performers, those miscellaneous events that made up this year's Melbourne Comedy Festival de l'International. For without comedy, there is tragedy, and tragedy equals comedy. I think Shakespeare once said something like that. Welcome to the 2014 Gary Awards! Thank you to the house band. You know, it takes a lot to capture the attention and the imagination of the comedy-going public, and a good poster will always do that. Our first Gary for tonight is for Most Outstanding or Disturbing Poster Image. And the nominees are Michael Williams, half gimmick, half man. Emily Taylor in Pet. Tommy Dassolo, Dreamboat. Jamie McCartney, David Tulk in Full of It, Game Show. Adrian Truscott's Asking for It. Jason Chong, Stay Puffed. Layla Wazala, From Scrags to Riches. And the winner is Jamie McCartney and David Tulk for Full of It Game Show. There's a turd on the cover. A turd. Every year a TV show or movie comes out that becomes something of a bit of a cult classic, a bit of a popular hit, and many comedians base their show around that TV show or movie. For years, the Edinburgh Festival suffered from this, until it was banned. And so we come to our next Gary, the Breaking Bad Gary. And the nominees are Tommy Little, Middle Class Gangster. Miles Allen, One Man Breaking Bad. And Adam Rosenbach's Breaking Booze. And the winner is, and unfortunately, Adam and Tommy both got great reviews. So the winner is Miles Allen, One Man Breaking Bad. Yeah, bitch! Let's cross now to one of the many Gary parties that are happening around town. But everyone is asking just who will take out the Brown Gary. The Audience Participation Gary is one of the most hotly contested Gary Awards each festival. Every comedian wants, yet doesn't want this award at the same time. Our three nominees this year moved their audience in very unique ways, and they are Jackson Clark at Station 59 Free Comedy. A guy in a motorised scooter who came to see the show called out to Jackson that he was doing a great job, only to yell out again a few minutes later that he was yabbering on too much, then loudly reversed his beeping scooter out of the venue. Jamie McCartney in Cockbag Magicians Delusional. 2 seconds into the show, he fell from the stage into the audience, taking half the stage props with him and a wine glass to the back. Although sprawled out and unable to move, he kept singing the opening number to the show. Oliver Clark in his comeback special for his innovative and yet disturbing use of a fresh bread stick. I'll never look at them the same way again. Yet I'm hungry at the same time. And the winner is Jackson Clark. And now the always controversial Reviewer's Choice Gary. And can I just say, it wasn't easy finding those shows that took it up the Gary this year, because most reviews were positive. Even shows that got 1 or 2 stars received a bit of a pat on the back and an encouragement sticker. But we found them! So, the nominees for Reviewer's Choice, the shows that took it up the Gary this year, include Alexa Simmons in 0 to 9, Tales of a Straight Single Cat Lady. When this eccentric and crafty cat lover announced she was considering a career in comedy, someone should have sat her down, made her a cup of tea, and politely suggested other ways to show off her talent. Justin Hamilton in Johnny Loves Mary Forever, 1994. The Hour was technically proficient, fleetingly thought-provoking, severely lacking in laughs, and too often smacked of something that would have been more enjoyable had it been read rather than heard. Thanks for your service, Hamo, but no thanks. Nish Kumar is a comedian. Kumar's inability to connect with his audience proves his greatest downfall. The vast amount of his material comes across lukewarm, with the majority of punchlines falling flat or to sporadic laughs. Nellie Thomas is pleasantly furious. She might have been a stand-up for 12 years, but there are a couple of things Nellie Thomas still can't manage to do. Keep to time, and write enough high-quality comedy material to justify going overtime. Frankly, 10 minutes would have been more than enough of Thomas's monotone whinging. The Exford After Party. This show fell flat on its face. I wouldn't recommend this to the average person. Nobody seems to pay any attention to the comedians, as the stage is almost right next to the bar, and the rowdy audience heckled non-stop. Miles Allen, One Man Breaking Bad. Miles Allen is quite a good mimic, and his One Man Breaking Bad is very enthusiastic. There's just one problem with his show. It is not funny. Reginald D. Hunter. Oh, I know that feeling. James McCann, Monopoly. Mirthless Nonsense. Lana Schwartz, Love Monster. Most of the audience laughed at many of the jokes. And the Reviewer's Choice Gary goes to Nick Sun. What? It's supposed to be Lana. What? It's been one hell of a night. The whole town has been abuzz with Gary fever. Let's cross back out to one of our parties to see how it's going. Alright. Well, we can hold it in no longer. It's time for the nominees for the prestigious Brown Gary, the highest honour possible. The nominees are Lana Schwartz, Exford Hotel After Party, Kieran Butler, that area just outside the men's toilets at the Hi-Fi Bar, Miles Allen, Carl Chandler's Gold Jacket, and the winner of this year's 2014 Brown Gary, the Exford Hotel After Party. Night after night, many a brave comedian would venture into the bear pit to give it a go, most coming away with severe injuries. It was a hell of a thing to witness. But I think what pushed it over the edge was seeing one night one of Australia's premier comics walking in, taking one look and going, "No bloody way am I going on there, mate," and walking out. Congratulations, the Exford Hotel. The Brown Gary will be coming your way in the Tupperware sealed box very shortly. Well, that's it for the Garys for this year. We hope you've had a great time. I'm off to a party. But to take us out, would you...
Under the October with the steamboats, ancient goblins and wallows come at the grand light making a sound. The smell of death is all around. And at night when the cold wind blows, no one cares.